Absolutely. So there's this famous saying of fake it till you make it. And everyone's like, oh, I'm just going to fake it till I make it. I don't actually ascribe to that. I don't think that's it. I think the saying should be it and you'll see it. And so the more you realize that those voices in your head telling you you cannot become this person, you cannot do this, those are just part of your old paradigm of thinking.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest, John Street, is a mindset coach who helps real estate professionals develop their mindset to achieve their goals and scale their business. You can find him at johnstreet.org or on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. His Instagram is at john.street.ig. John, thanks for taking the time today.
Thanks, Dylan. I appreciate the opportunity. It's great to be here.
When we talk about mindset for real estate professionals, real estate investors, I was mentioning to you before hopping on here, there's a little bit, especially for aspiring real estate investors, of two camps. You got the one camp, which is basically analysis paralysis. Hey, I'm going to learn everything before I do anything. And then you've got, kind of cowboys shoot first, ask questions later. Let me just dive in here. And I think really all camps, and certainly both of those, could use some mindset hacking and mindset mentorship along the way.
Absolutely. So, I like to tell the folks that I work with when I speak or when I coach, if you treat your reality like you treat a mirror, then you're going to be successful. So in other words, if you look in a mirror and you don't like what you see, you don't change the mirror, you change yourself. And it's the same thing with your reality. If you are looking at your reality and you don't like what you see, you have to change yourself before anything outside of you will change. And that's where mindset comes in. And so with so many investors, and I've been a real estate investor myself, and I mean, I've gone through the stage of analysis paralysis. I've gone through the stage where I'm like, you know what? Just screw it. I'm just going in and I'm just going to make this happen. And there's something to be said for both. At some point, you just have to get off the sidelines. You have to do it. But once I finally learned the importance of mindset and actually envisioning what I wanted an outcome to be, not just the process, then everything got a lot easier and everything started to smoothly flow a lot better.
Now, how can folks, without giving away all the gold, John, but just a nugget here for our audience, how can folks properly envision, set goals? Is it writing it down? Is it pen to paper? Is it on a computer? Is it a sticky note? What's your feedback for the proper way to really have measurable goals and success when you may be just starting out?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah, well, so your goals need to be as concrete as your budget. Your goals need to be as concrete as how you're going to flip a house or how you're going to buy this home and get it rented out. Like you need to start at the beginning of the year actually and look at where you want to be on December 31st, 2026. And then from that you work backwards and you put down what those goals are going to be each quarter. But the most important thing when planning your year out is not just to think about what you're going to do to hit those goals, but you have to decide who you're going to be to hit those goals. So when you look at where you would desire to be on December 31st, 2026, really ask yourself, who am I? Like, who is this person that's hitting these goals? Because you have to become that person. And once you become that person in your mindset, then you start to naturally do the things. So if your goal is to add, 5 doors this year, let's say you're just getting started out and maybe you've got 1 or 2 rentals and you want to double that. You want to add, 5 doors this year, then ask yourself, what does that version of you look like? Who is that guy that goes from 2 to 5 doors in 1 year? And then every decision you make, you do through that lens. Like you become that guy. There's this mindset teaching of be, do, have. And when you be that person, then you naturally start to do the things that person would do. And then you have the results that that goal achieved person would have.
When we talk about becoming the person, right? I think people a lot of times deal with imposter syndrome, and people can have different definitions for what that means. To me, it's feeling like you're not sure of deserving to be in the place that you're at, or feeling like, hey, I am just totally unqualified to be here. When you may actually be more qualified than you think, and other people may be viewing you as even highly qualified. Do you have any feedback for folks who may be dealing with that imposter syndrome?
Absolutely. So there's this famous saying of fake it till you make it. And everyone's like, oh, I'm just going to fake it till I make it. I don't actually ascribe to that. I don't think that's it. I think the saying should be it and you'll see it. And so the more you realize that those voices in your head telling you you cannot become this person, you cannot do this, those are just part of your old paradigm of thinking. Those are the limiting beliefs, the things that are in your mind telling you you cannot do something, and they're not real unless you make them real. Like we really get to decide what our life's going to look like. I mean, there are definitely things that happen to us that we can't control, and that's so true. But we still get to decide how we're going to take those things and make them work for us instead of happening to us. And so, if you have imposter syndrome, if you have a belief that tells you that I'm too scared to do this, or what, I mean, just immediately decide how you want that life to look and tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to try. I'm going to do this. Because when you quit, you definitely fail 100% of the time. But when you
Yeah, I
go
mean,
for it, when you get out there, you have a good shot that you're going to accomplish it. You just have to remind yourself every single day who you are.
one of the things that's been helpful for me is what I call like a feedback loop outside of the job, in a sense where, like, hey, if I'm working in real estate, and I'm just starting out, and I have, let's say, it's me and my broker, the team that I'm on, and I feel like I'm floundering. uh, I've found huge benefits from cultivating a network outside of that small sphere, to just bounce. Hey, am I on the right track here? Hey, what did you do when you were at this point in time? For me, at least, that's helped tremendously with assuaging some of these feelings of imposter syndrome, because I'm realizing, hey, these are people who really don't have a dog in this fight. Like they know me, but as much as we're friends, they're not like invested in my success from a monetary perspective. So this is really going to be unbiased feedback that they're giving me, and they'll be able to tell me, yes, that's working for you, or no, that isn't. How important is having that kind of like unbiased, neutral network to be able to guide you one way or the other?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
It is so important because you're going to become what you surround yourself with. So if you are, surrounding yourself with people who are positive, people who are overachievers, people who believe that they can do things, and they're going to speak that same type of belief into you, you're going to become more successful. If you constantly surround yourself with people who are speaking negative things that are going through, a really rough time and always being negative and negative and negative, you're going to pick that up too. If you're around people who are always saying that you cannot do something, you're going to believe you cannot do something. So two things. One is being around people who believe in you, will feed into you, that will support you, and you do the same for them too. You serve them. You ask, how can I partner with you? How can I support you? Is so important. And then, like you said, being around people who are going to be honest with you, people who are actually going to be unbiased, that are going to say, okay, because I support you, because I want to see you grow, these are some areas that you can improve on. And then setting that ego aside enough to hear that is really important.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very difficult thing for a lot of people. For me personally, I actually really like having a little bit of a degree of separation, because it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to see this person every day or every week or maybe even every month. Like, I can choose to go to this group or this networking event, right? And I'm thinking of my time when I was living in Dallas. There was specifically a couple of different meetups that I went to, either every other week or monthly, and I would see the same faces there, and I could just be very blunt with people and say, hey, is this something that you would do? This is the issue that I'm running into, with getting a real estate license when I was first getting licensed, or with a wholesale deal that I have under an assignable contract. What would you do here? And sometimes they would be really brash, and they would be like, well, why would you get that property under contract? Like, there's no investors for that type of property. You need to be looking for something else. And that would hurt a little bit. But then I realized, like, hey, that's their feedback, and they may be right. And maybe the next one, I shouldn't like be targeting this type of deal here. But ultimately, I can choose to take that feedback or leave it, and I don't have to be bombarded by the same type of feedback from that person daily, because I'm just not going to run into them, right?
Hmm. That kind of goes back to where we started with becoming that person, believing in yourself enough. So when you get that feedback that says, why would you take that deal? That's not a good deal. Then you actually can look at that and say, okay, is this a good deal for me? It's not a good deal for them. Clearly, they made that abundant. But is this a good deal for me? And having that self-confidence enough to know that, you know what, I'm taking their feedback and I'm going to make the most of it. If I made a mistake, I'm going to learn from it. Nothing's happening to me; it's all happening for me. But also being so confident in who yourself that you can tell what decisions are aligned, what voices are aligned with who you want to be. Like, in such a hustle culture that we're just taught to push and push and push. And sometimes we need to just pause and flow instead. And so it could be that we're hearing feedback that says, oh, well, you're not going to succeed at this, and there's no way this is going to work. What a stupid deal. And you're actually like, no, for whatever reason, I listened to my gut and it told me to take this deal, and I'm just going to flow in that and do the best I can. Because you never know. a deal can make you money and be successful that way. A deal might be successful because it opened doors to other people you need to meet. I mean, you never know if how a deal can be successful to get you where you want to be.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, so much of real estate specifically is not just, knowledge and being able to take a deal from the cradle to the grave on paper, but it's about strategic relationships. I mean, almost all of the success that I have in real estate, I attribute to knowing someone. And it's unique in that regard. And I think part of it, especially if you don't come from a real estate background, I certainly did not. I had no one in my friend group or in my family that was in the real estate, any real estate career. And so it was shocking to me that relationships can have such a profound impact. Of course, it can in so many different realms and careers, but in real estate in particular, it seems to have not just an impact on the deals that you can close and the properties that you can get under contract and the buyers you can represent, the homes you can list, but also too in just the way that you approach the business. Like as an example, you mentioned working with agents, and I believe being an agent yourself, and then also being an investor. Most agents, as far as I can tell, really don't think about investing, which is probably shocking to a lot of people who are outside of it. But they they almost close that door because that's just kind of the common thing to do. But there's a whole other realm of people who, like yourself, have done both sides of the business. And once you know a handful of those people, you're like, hey, I can do that too.
Yeah. I'm a big believer that we should all have multiple streams of income. It is so important. And I can't imagine not investing in real estate and not, if you're an agent, especially not also investing in real estate. I mean, it's just so important. And then there's other ways too. Like, so for me, I love real estate. I'm passionate about real estate. But for me, I started to get this calling of a purpose that was greater. And that's why I moved into mindset coaching and speaking and writing. But I still have real estate investments, and I'm gonna still have real estate investments because I believe it's important to not limit how the universe can bring me all the abundance that is out there.
Yeah, I think, when we talk specifically, this is a long conversation can be had about this idea of not limiting yourself within real estate.
Mhm.
Another thing can be said for having that kind of shiny object syndrome, where you're looking always for the next type of deal, but you also have to have the agility to pivot when things are challenging. Right now, for instance, in Texas, where I'm licensed, there's a pretty significant amount of distress in multifamily operators and syndications and funds who may have bought too deep 5 years ago. But if you're only focused on, you know, single family retail, you're going to miss out on potentially this uh, interesting opportunity in multifamily. And so having the ability to at least consider another a thought is super important. We are coming up on time here though, John. Are there any new projects that you're releasing or that are coming up here? And then also, how can folks in our audience reach out to you?
Yeah, definitely. So I do have a book that just came out called Revolution of Purpose. My entire type of speaking and coaching is purpose driven. I believe that when we find what our purpose is, what we have deep inside of us that is our voice, and we create our life around that, we learn to live in abundance. We learn to create our own economy. We learn to do what you were just saying about, you know, pivoting. When the market gets really tough, you have to believe in yourself and know that, okay, I can do something in a different way and be abundant. I can make money in a different way. If it's no longer in single family, is it multifamily? If it's no longer in multifamily, is it flips? Is it no longer, if it's not in flips, what is it? What is a way that I can continue that abundance? And so, yeah, if you'd like to connect with me, you can reach me. My website is johnstreet.org. Like you mentioned, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Revolution of Purpose is available on Amazon. And it's a great book. It is, if I do say so myself, I really like it though, because I feel like makes it accessible for people to actually find their purpose without having to pay thousands of dollars for a coaching program, even though they're welcome to, and they can reach out if they'd like to.
Well, John, thank you so much for taking the time today. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Dylan. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.